Okay, so we're diving in deep this time.
Yeah.
Buckle up because we're talking about Rose Hathaway and Lissa Dragomir.
Yeah. Two of the most iconic characters, I think,
Definitely.
from this world.
Right, and we're taking a look at all these writings we've got,
Yeah.
all this source material, and trying to figure out how it all fits together.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're starting right in the middle of the action with Rose and Lissa making a desperate escape.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they are running for their lives.
Yeah.
And just when they think they might have a chance,
Oh, no.
they run smack into a wall.
Yeah.
Or rather, someone who feels like a wall anyway.
That's a good way to put it.
This guy just emerges from the shadows, and he is a presence, let me tell you.
Right.
Tall, like 6'6", maybe even 6'7",
Wow.
with shoulder-length brown hair in a ponytail,
Okay.
piercing dark brown eyes,
I'm picturing this.
and he's wearing a duster.
Oh, very mysterious.
Right. And even in this crazy moment with, like, pursuers on their tail,
Right.
Rose has this weird little thought.
What's that?
She thinks he's attractive.
Oh, wow.
I mean, talk about conflicting priorities, right?
Yeah, really interesting how even in a moment of sheer terror like that,
Right.
your brain can still notice these things.
Absolutely.
Says something about Rose, I think.
Totally. So whether you're a diehard fan or completely new to this world,
Right.
we're going to break it all down,
Yeah.
unpack the core of Rose and Lissa's story,
Exactly.
the crazy society they live in,
Yeah.
the dangers they face,
Absolutely.
all of it.
Sounds like a lot to cover.
It is, but we're up for the challenge.
I think we can handle it.
I think so too. So let's get back to that escape scene.
Yeah.
Rose is totally focused on protecting Lissa. That's her number one priority.
Makes sense. She's her guardian after all.
Exactly. And this guy, this mysterious guy, is the first real obstacle they encounter.
Right. He's like the embodiment of all the danger they're trying to escape.
Exactly. He's a very real, very immediate threat.
Right.
And it sets the tone for their whole world.
Yeah. A world where danger can appear at any moment.
Now, we also get a glimpse into Rose's guardian training.
Oh, yeah. That's intense stuff.
It is, the source material describes these sessions where she's getting knocked down again and again by her instructor.
Right.
It sounds brutal.
It makes sense, though.
Yeah.
They have to be prepared for anything.
Absolutely. And there's this one part where she's just lying on the mat, completely exhausted, and she mutters, "I hate you."
Oof, I bet she does.
But then she admits that he's doing the right thing by pushing her so hard.
Yeah, that holding back wouldn't do her any favors.
Exactly. It shows that even though she complains,
Yeah.
she understands why the training has to be so tough.
It's about more than just complaining.
Right. It's about commitment to her duty to protecting the Moroi.
Absolutely.
Okay, so moving on from the physical training to the more social side of things,
Okay.
we have this interaction with Natalie.
Oh, right, Natalie.
Rose and Lissa don't even recognize her at first,
Interesting.
which is kind of weird in a school setting, right?
Yeah, you think they'd at least know each other by sight.
Right, exactly. And Natalie tells them about another student who seems to have it out for them.
Oh, why is that?
Jealousy, mostly.
Jealousy.
Yeah, maybe some leftover drama from some past popularity contest.
Teenage stuff.
Pretty much. And something about a guy named Aaron.
Aaron? Oh,
But honestly, Rose doesn't seem to care that much.
really?
Yeah, she's just like, okay, got it, moving on.
She has bigger things to worry about.
Exactly. She's focused on protecting Lissa and dealing with the real threats.
Right. The Strigoi.
Yes. And speaking of that whole world,
Yeah.
let's talk about Moroi's society for a minute.
Okay.
It's very hierarchical.
Right.
And Lissa's family, the Dragomirs, they're one of the 12 royal families.
Oh, wow. So they're like royalty.
They are, which puts a lot of pressure on Lissa.
Yeah, I bet.
She has to deal with fake friends,
Right.
political maneuvering,
Oh, yeah.
and all the craziness that comes with royal life.
It's not all parties and fancy clothes.
Definitely not. And the source material makes a point of contrasting Lissa's experience with Rose's. Because Rose, as a Dhampir,
Yeah.
she was kind of seen as a novelty.
A novelty.
Yeah, like people were interested in her because she was different.
Oh, so she was almost like entertainment.
In a way. Yeah, which is kind of messed up when you think about it.
Yeah, it's like they weren't really seeing her as a person.
Right, they were seeing her as this exotic thing.
That's not right.
No, it's not. And then there's this little piece of school gossip.
Ooh, gosh.
Got Rose and Lissa over here.
What is it?
It's about a guardian who wants to resign to marry another guardian.
Oh, wow. That's a big deal.
Apparently it's like unheard of.
Really?
Yeah, it goes against all their traditions.
Interesting. So it seems like there are a lot of rules around guardians
But there are.
and their relationships.
Exactly.
I wonder why.
Well, that leads us to the guardian system itself.
Okay.
Basically, it came about because the Morois who have magic,
Right.
they're vulnerable.
Vulnerable how?
They need blood.
Okay, they can't go out in the sun.
Ah, so they need protection.
Exactly. And that's where Dhampirs come in.
Right.
We inherit these enhanced abilities from our Moroi ancestors.
Right.
We're stronger, faster, better senses.
Yeah.
And we're not bothered by sunlight or the need for blood.
So you're the perfect protectors.
We are, and the whole system is designed to ensure the Moroi survival.
Makes sense.
Right. It's all about protecting them so they can continue their lineage.
And Dhampirs are willing to put their lives on the line for that.
Most of us anyway, believe it's a worthy sacrifice.
Wow, that's dedication.
It is.
Yeah.
But things aren't always so black and white.
Oh, I bet.
Especially when it comes to Rose's feelings for Dimitri.
Oh, Dimitri, her instructor?
Yeah, she observes him during training. And she sees how dedicated he is,
Yeah.
how intensely focused he is.
Yeah.
And then, bam, this totally unexpected thought pops into her head.
What's that?
She wonders what it would be like to be with him.
Like romantically.
Yeah, and not just romantically, but like, oh, okay, I see where you're going with this.
Right. She's basically thinking about his strength and power in a completely different context.
Wow, that's quite a thought to have in the middle of training.
It is. And she's immediately embarrassed by it.
Understandably so.
Right. It's like this awkward internal facepalm moment.
Yeah, makes her seem so real, though.
Totally. Even with all the guardian stuff, she's still a young woman.
Right, with her own desires and feelings.
Exactly. And that awkwardness kind of lingers even in a formal setting.
Okay.
We see them at this banquet.
Oh, fancy.
It is Queen Tatiana is there.
Oh, wow.
Everyone is super formal.
Yeah.
The guardians are all lined up along the walls, including Dimitri.
Okay.
And Rose just can't shake that memory of their earlier encounter.
Right.
And to make it worse, Dimitri keeps glancing at her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's this intense look, but also kind of unfocused.
Like he's distracted.
Yeah, exactly. It's all very charged.
It sounds like there's a lot of unspoken tension there.
There is, and then things get really bad when Rose is labeled a blood whore. Oh, wow, that's awful.
It is. It's like the worst possible thing you can be called in Moroi society.
Really? Why is that?
Because it implies that you're sleeping around with Moroi.
Oh, so it's like a betrayal of trust.
Yeah, exactly. And a huge social stigma.
I could see how that would be devastating.
It is. Rose's reputation is basically ruined.
That's so unfair.
It is. And what's even worse is that Lissa feels it too.
Through their bond.
Yeah, she experiences Rose's pain as her own.
Oh.
It's really heartbreaking.
It shows how deeply connected they are.
Right. And Rose kind of just accepts it.
Accepts it.
Yeah, in a cynical kind of way.
Like she's resigned to her fate.
I think so. She sees herself as Lissa's protector.
Yeah.
And she's willing to endure anything for that.
Even public humiliation.
Even that, we also get some hints about Rose's family.
Okay.
During a conversation with Mason.
Mason, okay.
He talks about his own family.
Yeah.
And it comes out that Rose doesn't really know anything about her father.
Interesting.
And Dimitri has this weird reaction when her father is mentioned. Like he knows something.
It seems like it, which is kind of suspicious.
Yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on.
Right now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about Lissa's powers.
Okay.
They're starting to develop.
Right.
And in one scene, she accidentally hurts a human.
Oh, no.
Yeah, a guy named Wade.
How did that happen?
She loses control of her magic.
Oh.
And through Rose's bond, we see how much Lissa is struggling.
Right.
She's angry, and the magic just kind of explodes out of her.
So it's tied to her emotions.
It seems that way. And to get herself back under control,
yeah.
Lissa does something pretty drastic.
What's that?
She clenches her hands so tightly that her nails dig into her skin.
Ouch.
Yeah, she's basically using pain to shock herself back to reality.
That's intense.
It is. It shows how desperate she is to control her powers.
And to keep from hurting anyone else.
Exactly. And after that, Lissa makes a big decision.
What's that?
She decides to stop using her powers altogether.
What, really?
Yeah, both compulsion and healing.
But why?
She thinks they're connected to her depression,
Oh.
which started after a traumatic experience in her past.
That makes sense.
And Rose agrees to help her.
Of course she does.
She just wants Lissa to be happy and healthy.
Yeah, that's true friendship.
It is. But things get complicated when Lissa starts to get close to Christian.
Oh, Christian.
Yeah, Rose notices their little flirtations.
Yeah.
And she can't help but feel a little jealous.
Oh, no, a love triangle.
Maybe a little bit.
This could get messy.
It could. And there's this one part where Rose calls Aaron boring.
Aaron, Lissa's other love interest.
Yeah, and then she immediately says that Christian isn't boring.
Oh, so she's definitely attracted to him.
It seems like it, but she's trying to hide it.
Right, because of Lissa.
Yeah. It's a tough situation.
It is, and then Christian drops a bombshell.
What's that? He tells Lissa about her brother Andre.
Andre, okay.
Apparently he had a secret relationship with Mia.
Mia, the one who's been giving them a hard time.
Yeah, and now Mia is super resentful.
Oh, that explains a lot.
It does. It gives us some context for her behavior.
Yeah, she's acting out because she feels hurt and betrayed.
Exactly, and she doesn't hold back when she confronts Lissa.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she spills all these personal secrets
What?
about Lissa's self-harm.
Oh, wow. That's low.
It's a really cruel thing to do.
And what does Rose do?
She jumps right in to protect Lissa.
Of course.
She's not going to let anyone hurt her.
He's a true guardian.
She is. And then we get this weird moment.
What happens?
Rose suddenly loses her connection to Lissa's mind.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not. And at the same time, she senses danger nearby.
Like someone is watching them.
Maybe. But the really weird part is that she can't remember what she was just thinking.
Like a memory lapse.
Yeah, it's really creepy.
Sounds like someone might be messing with their bond.
That's what I'm thinking, and all signs point to Viktor Dashkov.
Viktor Dashkov, who's that?
He's this really shady character. We find out that he's been experimenting with Lissa's healing powers.
Experimenting how?
He's been killing animals. What? And then having Lissa bring them back to life.
That's horrible.
It is, and he's doing it with Natalie's help.
Oh, Natalie.
Yeah, she's in on it.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
And his motive is even more twisted.
What is it?
He wants to see if Lissa can cure a terminal illness.
Oh, so he can use her for his own gain?
Exactly, and once he figures it out, he plans to take her away.
He's a real piece of work.
He is. The stakes get even higher when Christian is badly injured.
Oh, no.
Yeah, in an attack.
And Lissa heals him.
She does in front of everyone, including Alberta.
Whoa, that's a big deal.
It is. It's the first time she's used her powers so openly.
I bet people were shocked.
They were, and it all ties back to their bond.
The Shadow Kiss bond.
Yeah,
Right.
which was created when Lissa brought Rose back from the dead.
Right, I forgot about that.
So now Rose can sense Lissa's emotion.
Yeah.
And sometimes she even feels this dark, unsettling presence in Lissa's mind.
That's a little creepy.
It is, and it makes you wonder what else this bond is capable of.
Yeah, there's definitely more to it than meets the eye.
Absolutely. And the danger therein becomes super real when Rose stumbles upon the aftermath of a Strigoi attack.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's during her Guardian qualifier.
Right, the test to become a guardian.
Exactly, and it's a horrifying scene.
I can imagine.
Bodies everywhere, blood. It's really graphic.
And Rose sees all of this.
She does, and it shakes her to her core.
Yeah, because it proves that nowhere is safe.
Right, even in broad daylight, the Strigoi can attack.
And they can be brutal.
They can, but amidst all the darkness, there's this little moment of light.
What is that?
Lissa and Christian, they share this kind of flirty exchange.
Oh, really?
Yeah, while Lissa is recovering from the attack.
Interesting.
They're laughing, and there's this definite sensual undercurrent.
And how does Rose feel about this?
Jealous.
Of course.
She can't help it. She has feelings for Christian, too.
So it's a complicated situation.
Very complicated. And then we have this scene at a party.
Okay.
It's like a secret gathering.
Oh, so a little illicit?
Yeah, and Tasha is there.
Tasha, okay.
And she's clearly interested in Dmitri. And Rose jumps at the chance to set them up.
Really?
Yeah, she practically throws Dmitri at Tasha.
Why would she do that?
I think she's trying to distance herself.
From Dmitri?
Yeah, she's pushing him away.
Maybe because of her own feelings?
I think so. And it's at this party that Rose realizes just how serious Lissa and Christian are about each other.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she knows she needs to get out of there.
This is too painful.
Yeah, she can't handle it.
I get it. And later she has this conversation with her mother.
Right.
About Dmitri.
Yeah, she kind of hints at her feelings for him.
And how does her mother react?
She's totally clueless.
Typical mom.
Right. It's like she has no idea what's going on in Rose's life.
Sometimes parents can be so oblivious.
They can, and then there's this snowball fight.
Oh, fun.
Mason is there.
Okay.
And it's all very lighthearted.
Yeah.
But it reminds Rose of all the complicated feelings she has.
For Mason and Dmitri.
For both of them.
Right, it's a messy love square.
It is. And then we meet Adrian.
Adrian, okay.
He's a bit of an enigma.
What do you mean?
He says some weird stuff.
Like what?
He tells Rose that he senses a darkness around her.
A darkness? That's cryptic.
It is, and Rose is totally confused by it.
Yeah, I bet.
And during a conversation with Adrian, we learn more about their bond.
Rose and Lissa's bond.
Yeah, it turns out that it's one way.
One way.
Yeah. Rose can sense Lissa.
Right.
But Lissa can't sense Rose.
Oh, so Lissa's kind of in the dark.
She is. which makes Rose's role as protector even more important.
Makes sense.
And then there's this scene where Rose lies to Mason.
Lies about what?
About her feelings.
Oh.
He asks if she's interested in anyone.
Yeah.
And she says no.
But she is.
She's starting to have feelings for Mason.
Oh, wow.
But she also still has feelings for Dimitri.
It's just one complicated mess.
It really is. And then the Strigoi threat resurfaces.
Okay.
There are confirmed sightings. Yeah. But the Guardians are slow to react.
Why is that?
Bureaucracy.
Oh, that's frustrating.
It is. They're all tied up in red tape.
While the Strigois are out there hurting people.
Exactly. It's a major flaw in their system.
Yeah. Someone needs to shake things up.
Right after the whole Mason situation,
Yeah.
Rose and Lissa have a heart-to-heart.
Okay.
And Lissa makes this really insightful comment.
What's that?
About how Rose relates to Mason and Christian differently.
Oh, how so?
She says that Rose is more playful with Mason.
Okay.
But more guarded with Christian.
That's interesting.
It shows that Lissa really understands Rose.
Yeah, she sees right through her.
Totally. And then we have this formal event.
Another one.
Yeah. And Lissa is surprisingly good at navigating the whole royal scene.
Oh, that's good.
It is. She's really come into her own.
Yeah, she's not that awkward girl anymore.
Definitely not. But Rose feels out of place.
I bet.
Yeah, she's uncomfortable with all the superficial conversations.
Right, and the fact that no one wants to talk about the Strigoi.
Exactly. They're all pretending that everything is fine.
Classic avoidance.
It is. And then Rose and her mother have a fight.
Oh, no.
Yeah, about relationships and Rose's future.
Classic mother-daughter conflict.
It is. They just don't see eye to eye.
And Rose gets defensive.
She does. She always does.
It's a pattern with her.
It is. And then she finds out that Mason and some others have gone on a Strigoi hunt.
Oh, that's dangerous.
It is. And Rose immediately wants to go after them.
Of course she does.
She can't just sit back and wait.
She's too protective.
She is. And then we have this crazy scene where Rose and Christian are captured.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but Christian does something unexpected.
What's that?
He uses fire magic.
Whoa.
Yeah, to defend them.
But Moray don't use magic offensively.
They're not supposed to, but Christian does.
So he's breaking the rules.
He is, and it works.
Wow. I wonder what made him do that.
Maybe desperation. Maybe he's just tired of following the rules.
Who knows? But it's definitely a turning point.
It is. And later, Rose and Lissa talk about Adrian.
Oh,
yeah, and how he uses substances to cope.
Right. He's kind of a partier.
He is. And they compare it to Lissa's experience with medication.
Interesting parallel.
It is. It shows that everyone has their own way of dealing with things.
Yeah. And sometimes those ways aren't so healthy.
True. And then Rose overhears something she shouldn't.
Oh, what's that?
A conversation about Dashkoff.
Dashkoff. Like Victor Dashkoff.
I think so, which means he's still a threat.
Oh, no. This can't be good.
It's not, and it leads to a tense confrontation with Dimitri.
I bet.
Yeah, there are definitely still some unresolved issues there.
Lots of baggage.
Tons of baggage, and then it's time for guardian assignments.
Right, when they assign guardians to the Moray novices.
Exactly, and Rose gets assigned to Christian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's not happy about it.
Why not?
Because she wants to be with Lissa.
Of course she does.
But she's stuck with Christian.
Well, that's going to be awkward.
It is, and then Rose has this weird vision.
A vision of what?
Of Mason.
That's strange.
It is, and it's followed by a physical stumble.
Like she's losing her balance.
Yeah, it's like her shadow kiss state is messing with her.
Yeah, maybe the lines between life and death are getting blurred.
That's what I'm thinking. And then Jesse Zeklos shows up.
Who's he?
He's this Moroi royal.
Okay.
And he's trying to recruit Rose and Christian.
Recruit them for what?
For this group of elite Moroi.
Oh, so like a secret society?
Kind of, but they're very political.
Political how?
They want to control things.
Like the Guardian assignments?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They think they know best.
And they look down on non-royals?
They do. They're very elitist.
That's not good.
It's not. It creates a lot of tension.
Yeah, and division within the Moroi community.
Exactly. And then we see Rose arriving at a new location.
Okay.
And she's immediately recognized
By who?
by this young Moroi girl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's heard all about Rose.
Like about her reputation.
Yeah, and about the whole magic and fights thing.
Right, because Christian used fire magic.
Exactly. So Rose is becoming kind of famous?
Or infamous?
Maybe a little bit of both. And then there's this encounter with Alice.
Alice, okay.
And Christian makes this sarcastic comment about Rose carrying a stake.
A stake?
Yeah, like a wooden stake.
For killing Strigoi.
Exactly. But Alice is totally oblivious.
Like she doesn't understand the danger.
Yeah, she's still kind of naive.
Right, and Christian is jaded.
He's seen too much.
Yeah. I can see how that would happen.
And then Adrian is leaving.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he makes this joke about his role.
Like he doesn't take it seriously.
Yeah, but there's something different about him this time.
What do you mean?
He seems more serious.
Like he's worried about something?
I think so, and Christian and Lissa notice it too.
So it's not just Rose.
No, it's like everyone can sense that something is off.
This is getting intense.
It is, and then Rose sees Dimitri again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, after this really intense event.
Okay.
And she notices that he's shaking.
Shaking.
Yeah, like he's really upset.
Dimitri said that's not something you see every day.
It's not. He's usually so stoic.
Yeah, but this must have really gotten to him.
It did, and they have this brief but emotionally charged conversation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's clear that they still have feelings for each other.
But he's a Strigoi.
He is, which makes everything so much more complicated.
Definitely.
And then we have the courtroom scene.
Oh, right, with Viktor Dashkov.
Yeah, Lissa is a mess.
That.
She's so distressed.
Seeing him again after what he did.
Yeah, it's a lot for her to handle.
And Rose is trying to keep it together.
She is, but she's furious.
She wants to hurt him.
She does, but she relies on Lissa to help her stay in control.
Through their bond?
Yeah, they're a team.
Always.
And then Queen Tatiana makes Lissa an offer.
An offer?
Yeah, about her future.
Okay.
She wants Lissa to go to this special school.
Oh, where? Like a higher education for royals?
Pretty much. And Lissa accepts.
So she's moving on.
She is. And then the Queen asks to speak to Rose privately.
That's interesting.
It is. Rose and Lissa are both shocked.
Yeah, what could the Queen possibly want with Rose?
That's the big question.
It's a cliffhanger.
It is, and then Lissa surprises Rose with a spa day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a total contrast to their usual lives.
Right, some much-needed pampering.
Exactly, and it's a sweet gesture.
Yeah, Lissa's a good friend.
She is the best, but then things take a dark turn.
What happens?
Rose wakes up in the infirmary.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah, and she has these hazy memories of something traumatic.
But she's okay.
Physically, she's fine.
That's weird.
It is. And then we see Lissa involved in this dark magic ritual.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she's using compulsion.
And Rose feels it.
She does, through their bond.
What does it feel like?
Dark and slimy.
Ugh, that's disturbing.
It is. It's like Lissa is being corrupted by this magic.
Yeah, this is bad news.
It is. And then there's another violent encounter.
Of course.
And Rose is terrified.
But Dimitri is there.
He is, and he comforts her.
Even though he's a Strigoi.
Yeah, it's a weird mix of terrifying and comforting.
Right, because he's still the Dimitri she knows.
In a way, yeah, and then things get really serious. Dimitri gives Rose these urgent instructions.
Oh.
He tells her to warn the others.
Warn them about what?
About something bad that's coming.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and he gives her this Russian word.
What is it?
Buria.
Buria. What does that mean?
It means storm.
Storm. Okay.
It's like a code word.
I wonder what it refers to.
Me too. And then Rose realizes that she can sense Strigoi.
That you can.
Yeah, it's another side effect of being shadow-kissed.
Wow. So she's like a Strigoi radar.
Kind of, and she suggests that they should confront the Strigoi directly.
Instead of hiding.
Yeah, she's not afraid.
Brave girl.
She is, and then she runs into her mother.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's not a happy reunion.
They don't get along.
They don't, and Rose is surprised to see her there.
Yeah, what's she doing there?
We don't know yet another mystery.
It's getting complicated.
It is, and then after another Strigoi attack,
Okay.
Rose and Dimitri are frustrated with the Guardians.
Why?
Because they're not doing anything.
Come on.
Expert speaker.